Okay, so welcome to our OSC AGM for 2024. We have the committee as a whole here tonight on the screen. If you are watching and you would like to be recorded as attending, if you could just put your name in the comments box, and we can then make a list of whoever is here with us. Sorry, we can't see you, we can't hear you, but if you make yourself known by typing a comment, then we can acknowledge you're here. So the format of this evening, we will have an agenda, which I will run through quickly now. So we will start off with Andy Cousins, who is the chairman. He will do his opening statement. We will then go as a committee through approval of last year's minutes, just approval of that. We seem to have lost James, but I'm sure he'll come back in a moment. Then we've got our finances part. So Tim Keane, who is our treasurer, will go through our expenditure income and our financial report. Then it's down to the committee members to go through their individual responsibilities. So I will be looking after events, membership and match day draw. And Vic will be looking after social media and charitable donations. And Mark and James will do the website between them. We've then got one member of the committee up for re-election, and that is Andy Cousins, our chairman. He's only actually been with the committee 2 years, Andy, I believe. Is it 2 years?
Just over 2, yeah.
But because we're such a small committee, it's always the person who's not been re-elected. I can't, if I'm going to get this right. So it's a person who is last on the committee through re-election type of thing. So Mark got re-elected last year. I got re-elected the year before. James has just started. Vic will be next year if we don't have any others, and so it's Andy this time. Then it's open to the members. So any questions you do have, then you can please put them in the comments, and we will ask them out to the committee and answer them then. If for any reason we can't answer them, we'll of course come back to the people. Once we're complete with that, our chairman Andy will do a sort of ending comment, closing statement, and then we will close the meeting. With the re-election, if anybody, any member can vote. So what I will ask is, if you do want to vote, it's just a yes or a no in the comments column, in the comments box. Okay, hope that is all clear. And we will be starting now. So I haven't had any comments. So can somebody for me, please, just type something in the comments, and so it comes up that we can see who's actually here. If not, I will go on to YouTube and see if I can find that. Or Mark, could you do that at the moment? If you could go onto YouTube for me and just see if it shows on there anybody that's attending, and we'll make a start. So Andy, over to you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody, and thanks for attending. One thing I'll do, a small apology in advance. Some of the things that I'm about to say will cut across some of the things that people will be talking about later. So apologies if I steal their thunder a little bit, but that's how it's done. First thing, I just want to briefly say a big thank you to all of the committee for all the hard work that they do. You will not believe how much work goes on behind the scenes to make this happen. All volunteers, receive no remuneration at all for this. And I cannot thank you all enough for all the efforts that you put in. And believe me, there are some hours. So thank you. Talking of committee, I just wanted a couple of things just to run through. The structure, the change to this year. We've just had one change to the committee, and we'd like to welcome formally James Spencer, who joined us earlier on this year, took the vacant role of the vice chairman. He's got a wealth of experience, having recently left the trust board, also as vice chair, and obviously he was instrumental in helping the transfer of ownership of the county ground with the joint venture. So welcome, James. Just then going on to sort of activities and operations review. As I say, we'll cut across a few things, so I will duplicate a little bit, but we'll talk about membership. As you're probably aware, all Swindon Town season ticket holders are now automatic membership of the OSC. So that's in approximately 4,000 people. And in addition, we do have people who are non-season ticket holders continuing to join. So that's that. One of our key roles, one of our highlights is the Monday night panel, and on the nights on the sofa. It's an undoubted success, and a massive thank you to Chris for organising it and for Vic to hosting it every week. It's now a regular Monday night slot at 7 p.m. The last one, for example, on Monday, when I last looked, was over 3,000 people watched that. So it's a very, very popular show. Highlights of this year include having the likes of Alan Mays on, Simon Ferry, and Brian Kilcline, never to be forgotten. But yeah, a real great thanks. But I think we'll expand on that a little bit later. Our sole income earner, we receive no remuneration other than our income from the match day draw, which continues to go from strength to strength, in spite of, as Tim will probably allude to later, there has been a slight drop off, but that's commensurate with the drop in attendances. But it still brings in a considerable amount of money, and that is the money that we use to do all the great things that we do around the club and for all the other activities. So that is a massive thing for us. I've just got to say a massive thank you to Mary Coombs, who organises all of this. She doesn't get to see the game because of all the work that she's doing, and indeed all the sellers that we have that get out there in the winds and weathers. And believe you me, trying to sell tickets last Saturday was just quite something. So real appreciate it for that. Other activities, we do a lot of events. One of the big things that we do is we organise the club end of season dinner. We also invite, I think twice a year, we invite guests, fans in to two hospitality events. And I think anyone that attended them will undoubtedly say it's a really, really special day. Invariably, we've lost, but I can't do a lot about that. But I think everyone has a great time. We also support a lot of sort of events that the club are involved in. For example, last year, we were sort of instrumental in not only financially assisting the Xmas OAP dinner. I think we reached out to fellow places such as the business group and the trust to support that. That is a really, really important thing to us, to make sure that the OAPs have a great time. And you'll see all of us, dressed up in our pinnies. And we love getting out there and actually physically waitering on that day. So we have a good time on that day. We're also something that's really, really close to our hearts, and we make quite a considerable contribution to, is the Junior Reds. Now that is a major success story over the last couple of years. Caroline Lane has done an extraordinary amount of work in bringing that to what it is, and anyone that's ever visited the room will be nothing but impressed with it all. And we make a considerable contribution. We'll continue to do so over the next few foreseeable future. We'll invest more money in it this year, and it's just great to see the fun in there, and the look on the children's faces. We get players in there and everything like that. So that's what this is all about. We also just like to thank Bev Morgan for all the hard work that she does, that she attends there on a match day. And indeed, Chris, Vic and Bev, they'll be attending the juniors Christmas dinner, which I believe is on the 20th of December. Again, another really good evening. We also organise the fans forums that go ahead. Certainly had the one in lately, and recently we had obviously Mike Malarkey come and do a fantastic presentation in the 1879. So we aim to do at least one of those a year. We also attend obviously the bi-monthly advisory board meetings, And we also work closely with the trust in challenging the club in the areas such as season ticket prices and the general matchday experience. We also heavily support the SAS travel. And I'd just like to make a big thank you to Laura and Mark Sharp, who took obviously this role on following the tragic death of Mark. We miss Mark terribly. And I'd just like to, make a point. We still pay thoughts and tributes to his family. We really still miss Mark. So, but thanks again for Laura and Mark and stepping in. And we look forward to jumping on that bus again sometime very, very early on Saturday to Accrington. We continue to support the women's and the academy teams in promoting their obvious success, by way of sponsorships, etc. And one other thing that we got involved in, not only did we financially support the minibus that was purchased by the foundation this year, but we reached out to some of our fellow groups like the Trust and the Business Group to ask them for their contribution as well. So I think it's fair to say that that is an absolute massive asset to the foundation, and enables so many people to sort of get the benefits of what they do over there. So thank you for that. Turning to just a couple of things, our fundraising. Last year was the charity of the year was Derby Rimmer. And if you looked at our committee minutes last year, we were aiming to raise £5,000. We ended up raising £12,500. So it's a massive thank you to the OSC and all the people out there. We did that through various events. And one of the things that we do, and it's been really successful now, is we offer a program sale on match days. And massive thank you to Ray Bunce and to Andy Garrett who arranged that and sort that out, and also to our friend Helen Thompson, who is a very, very generous in supporting that. Now this year our charity is the Phoenix Enterprises, which is a local charity, and their key I think its president is Nathan Thompson. So we felt that it was important that we got involved with a local charity, and it also happens to be the club one as well. So we work very closely with them, and so any monies that we're raising now will be going to them by the end of the year. Turning finally to the outlook for this year, 2025. We operate on a roadmap, and I think, Chris will allude to a few more things that we've got planned for 2025. It's commensurate with the size of the committee. We run a 6-man committee. We feel that it works, but we do have a bunch of volunteers, as I've alluded to, that really do help us and support us. We are conducting a review of our media and websites as we speak, and thanks to James and Mark for that, who are looking at that and bringing us up to speed. And we'll continue to work closely with the trust and supporting them in a lot of the endeavours that go ahead, and challenging the club, but also supporting where we can. And we'll continue to our support of women's and academy teams, and also we're now reaching out a lot more with her game too, with Holly. And we'll continue to develop the fan group base and obviously arrange local events. And we'd always grateful if anyone feels that they've got anything that they would like us to sort of get involved in, then please reach out. Really, really thank you for your time. And over to the next person. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. So just as a quick one with the committee, just can I have a approval of the previous AGM minutes, please? Can I have a first and a second approval, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. And seconder. Thanks, Rick. Okay, so the next part is finance. So we'll go over to Tim.
Okay, thanks, Chris. So yeah, update from me as treasurer. So the Official Supporters Club have seen a slight decline in sales that in the match day draw that Andy was referring to earlier. So the total sales per match across this last season was 1,206. That was slightly down from the season before of 1,252, and the previous season was 1,379, although that did include the Man City match, so that was quite exceptional. The OSC donated an amount of £1,544 to local charities last season, and we also raised a total of £10,059 for the Derby Rimmer MND Foundation charity, which, as you all know, was the charity of the year for that season. So in addition to the £2,441 we raised for the MND Foundation the previous season, the grand total raised came to £12,500, which I think is quite an amazing achievement. We also donated an amount of money to Swindon Town in the form of hospitality player sponsorship. So that was £4,499. And we donated quite a large sum of money to the Community Foundation. So we donated £4,484 to them. A large part of that was a donation towards their fabulous new minibus that Andy mentioned earlier. We also helped kit out the new Junior Reds room at the County Ground. So we donated £2,340 towards that. So we paid for things like gift packs, Junior Reds passports, other items. And in summary, the OSC starting balance for the year was £19,241, and the closing balance was £17,022. All the finances are fully audited and they've been signed off. And that's my bit.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I should have said in the beginning, if anybody has any questions regarding any of the points as we go through, please put them in the comments and we can ask them as we go through. You don't have to wait till the end of the business. So if we can move on from from finances, we'll go on to the committee members' responsibility areas. So I will start. So with events, as Andy has said, one of our main events is the end of season dinner. So last year was a great success, and we did sell out, and a great night was had by all, with the player of the year voted for by the members as Dokes, who unfortunately left us. We may not do one this year because every time we vote for a player of the year, they leave. So we're not going to do one this year. I don't think. We'll just forget it. So we don't want our favourite player to go. So that's the end of season dinner. That's always it. It's usually the last week before they break up at the end of the season. So we had the live event. This year we had Mike Malarkey, which was at the beginning of November. He's a World Cup assistant referee. It was a fabulous evening, so informative. He took us through his experiences of the World Cups and the European Games and things like that, but also the rules and how assistant referees are trained, what coaching they get, how his involvement in that is. And he also had all his medals and some footballs and things to show as well. So it was a fascinating evening. So thank you whoever come along for that one. So as Andy also said, we do the fans forum. So we had one in September and we're hoping to have one in March next year. So we will be advertising that date. As Andy has said, if you have any ideas of any events that you would like us to try and organise, please say. The 85-86 event we had this time last year was a great success. It was a lot of work getting it together, but it was well worth it. So if there is anything that, any eras or anything that you think we should be looking at to get another big event like that, then please let us know. We're open to any suggestions. It might not come to fruition, but at least we say we can try and get what we can. Membership. So we in 2024-25, again, season ticket holders are automatically members of the OSC. Together with that, we had 101 sign up. So this is people who aren't season ticket holders, and a lot of them who live away. So it's a lot of the fans who are linked to our fan groups abroad. So they're the ones that become our members, our paid members as well. So we have 101 of those signed up this year. Going on to our regional fan groups, we have had a lot of difficulty actually getting regional ones off the ground. So we have a Marlborough, Pewsey, Devizes, Chippenham, Calne, Melksham, that area. We had a meet-up, which was really good. But we've been really disappointed in not being able to do others. We wanted to do one for, dare I say, the Oxfordshire area, because we do actually have a lot of fans in that area. We tried to do one sort of Newbury, Andover, that area, and then maybe the Midlands, up north, that type of thing. But disappointingly, it hasn't come to anything. But if anybody has any suggestions how we can get that off the ground, please, again, let us know. The UK regional, the UK groups, country groups have been fabulous. So we've got a Welsh group, we've got a Northern Ireland, and we've got a Scottish one. Scottish one is growing all the time. It started off at 2, and I think we're on 12 at the moment. I think it is at the moment. So we're still plodding on with that, as we are with our international groups. We have 14 international groups. I won't read them all out, but from all over, from Australia, of course, Sweden, Spain, Brazil, Germany, those type of places. So if you have got any relatives or any friends that do live abroad, please let us know, and we can put them forward to, if we have a group there or if they would like to start one. So again, please let us know on that. I know it's all, please let us know, but yeah, please let us know. We're here for you. We work for you. So it's we want to do what's right by our fans. So again, going on to our junior members, as Andy said also about the Junior Reds, we do support them a lot. At the beginning of the year, we always do a Junior Reds pack. So that comprised this year of a backpack with a drinks bottle and a passport, which has all the games in it to write reports and get autographs in. And as Tim mentioned, we also help with the introduction of the room. So we help with the flooring, and we bought a pool table. And we do continue to do that every year. Again, Vic, I and Bev will be attending the Junior Reds Christmas party and helping with that also. Member hospitality. So if you are a member, either a season ticket holder or a paid up member, you get the opportunity to join us twice a season, once at the start of the season and once at the tail end of the season. It's a draw from all the names. You and a guest join 2 of our committee members up in hospitality. It was the match day sponsor in October, and in March it will be the captain sponsor. So we will be doing the draw and letting people know about that. Christmas for our members, we do hampers. So we do a draw for a hamper. So again, everybody goes into the draw, and then we pull 3 names, and you win one of 3 hamper prizes, which again we will be doing probably for the last game of the season. Sorry, not the last game of the season, the last game before Christmas, and then that's when you can collect them. So we'll be communicating the winners of that out. Sponsorship, our members help with the sponsorship. So we have last year we had Dokes and Sean McGurk. Previously we had Shade and Wakelin, so everybody sort of seemed to leave, so it ended with Sean at the end, was our sponsor. This year we have Grant Hall and again Sean McGurk. We also do the development team last year for the women's. We had 1 home and 1 away shirt for last year. This season we have 2 first team players, Holly and Taylor. And we are currently doing 4 academy players, which is a new thing that they've brought in. So again, we like to support the young lads as well. So that's all about the membership and how our members help in all those areas. Match day draw, as been said, is our only money earner. So that enables us to do what we do. So we have prepaid, we have 115. So this is at the start of the season, you pay your £23 and you have one number, the same number for all 23 draws that we make. That's down 27% on last season. Again, I think it's due to sort of the lack of, not the lack of, the reduction in attendances as well. We do require more sellers to have some backup. We're not sure at the moment because we're finding it hard to recruit, but also finding it hard where to sell. We've tried to sell in the Don Rogers stand. It just doesn't work. We have no idea why. It just does not work. We tried to go up to the Merlin and sell there. Again, that didn't work. People have got a routine. If they're going to buy a ticket, they want to buy it in the same place and have their match day routine. And again, this year we hope to have our £1,000 end of season draw. So the last day of our match day draw will be a minimum of £1,000. So that's my report on those areas. If anybody's got any comments, please let me know. If not, it is over to Vic for social media and charitable donations.
Yes, thank you very much indeed, Chris. My name is Vic Morgan. My responsibilities are looking after the social media sites for the OSC. That's Facebook, X, and possibly Blue Sky in the future. Who knows? That might well start up very shortly as that new site begins to grow. Co-presenting the Monday night panel and On the Sofa. Now, as Andy alluded to earlier, we've had several notable guests of late, and we're continuing to get some of the great players that we've had in the past. What we do want, though, for the Monday night panel, if this is possible, we had a new young female member of the panel on Monday who contributed greatly to the discussion, and we would like to get more female representation on the Monday night panel. We're all aware that most weeks it's middle-aged blokes. Well, we'd like some female representation, please, because we know a lot of women go to football matches, and we'd like to hear what you have to say. The Monday night panel gets a chance to discuss the events of home games, of course. As we all know, Morecambe was the last one that we had, which brought most debate, and as Andy said earlier, over 3,000 views of that panel so far. Coming up, we've got some guests, including Chris Hay, the former Swindon striker, on the Sofa. A fascinating start to his career at Swindon Town. Didn't quite work out in the end, but it'll be great to hear his story. That's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. And Jimmy Giles, for those older members, you might remember him from the early 1960s. He played in the same sort of squads as Don Rogers, John Trollope, etc. Now, I also have responsibilities on match day, which are separate from the official supporters club. That is, of course, pitch interviews before the game. And it was my great honour on Saturday to interview Joe Butler, John Trollope and Don Rogers on the day of the statue, and also Charlie Henry, who received his Hall of Fame tie as well before the game. So that was a great pleasure to be able to talk to those. And if you have anybody that you think might be an interesting conversation before kickoff, please get in touch, because I'd love to hear from them. Now, throughout the season, I help has been alluded to already with the Junior Reds parties at Christmas, Easter and Halloween, which are always fantastic fun. And we have a great deal of fun with those. And I know the kids enjoy it, and so do the parents too. So we're looking forward to that one on the 20th of December, the day after the Senior Citizens Dinner as well. So busy couple of days coming up for it. Another of my duties is helping to coordinate our activities, as we've mentioned, with the Charity of the Year. As we've said, this year it's Phoenix Enterprises, which is at the Cambry Industrial Park. It's a local charity which helps people with mental health issues get back to work. And we've had one trip so far from club representatives out there. We are trying to organise another one, and possibly with Ian Holloway and some of the players, to go out and see what work they do there, which is extraordinary. Trying to get people who have confidence issues as well to be able to go back to work. So it's great to see them do that, and we want to help them very much in the future in raising awareness, not just to make money, but to raise awareness of what they do. That's basically my role. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Vic. So over to James and Mark to talk about the website.
But just before you said that, Chris, I noticed a question has come in.
Yeah, no, we'll do that in a minute, Tim.
You're going to do those later? Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So I'll do with the website. Thank you, Chris. A few questions were asked about a fans forum on our website, where we would need to police. We do not want the trolling and adverse comments seen on wide social media sites. We can add a section for car sharing games, 2 games, and that can go on a poster. This might be part of the new website if it can be included. There's been about 22,500 visits to the site over the last year. How can people find out about the official supporters club? Over £6,500 of funding revenue has been raised through the website. The site went live over 5 years ago and is now being updated with a new look and style. James is creating a new site which is due to go live next year.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, thanks, Mark. So, as Mark said, we're looking to create a brand new site. Our site's looking a little outdated, so we basically made a decision in October this year, after a proposal was submitted, to modernise, redevelop the OSC website, which we're hoping to kind of get delivered in early 2025. Give us a fresh and easy to navigate site with modern functionality, which anyone on the committee can ultimately update. That's the aim. We've started on that approach in terms of what things we're going to migrate, setting it all up with our hosting partner, and we're also looking at we're going to ask our members ultimately what they'd like to see on the website. So in light of that, I would encourage any of you listening tonight, if you've got any ideas on things that you would like to see on the new website, or things that you think are not useful on the current site, then please do let us know. You can email us at admin@stfc-osc.com and let us know. That would be brilliant. And any general feedback on the site would be useful as well. So we will look to kind of capture all of that feedback and then look to build that into our plans for the new website. And we will also keep you all updated on our social channels, which obviously Vic manages, in terms of the launch date of the new site and when that's going to happen. So, and I think that's it on website. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, James. Sorry, Tim, I just wanted to get that to everybody out and done, and then we'll do that. So, Martin, thank you very much for your message. Regarding the match day draw sales, is it worth considering contactless payment as less people carry cash? We actually do. So up in hospitality, we have sum-up machines, and we usually have 2 or at least 1 outside. It is dependent on Wi-Fi, but so if you do want to do a card payment, one of our sellers will have them, and they can point you in the direction of the other one if they're the one that doesn't have it. So yes, we do. A lot of it is cash still at the moment. People aren't asking, but we thought we'd get in there first and see. So we hopefully that'll sort of trigger people now to come up with using that as well. So thank you very much, Martin, for that question. Okay, so we're just going on to the next bit, which is our re-election. So what I'll do is Andy is up for re-election, so the committee will vote with the hands up. And if anybody would like to vote, just put yes or no in the comments, and then we can add that onto the numbers we have. Okay, so shall we vote? So Andy, for re-election, is it a yes or a no? I'll keep my eyes on the comments as well. So okay, hands up on the committee if that's okay. Yeah, okay, brilliant. So that's okay. Nobody wants to vote, so that's okay. So that's unanimous. Sorry, Andy, we voted on.
I feel deeply honoured.
Oh, there's two votes on. There's 2 votes online now. Mark.
Yes, there is. I see. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mark, Martin.
The checks are in the post, guys.
Yeah, you're very popular there.
All on that.
Colin, thank you.
Yeah, bribing your family doesn't count, Andy. I'm sure.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, thanks very much, Dougie, today, mate. He's done it. Yeah.
Okay,
He's only 6 weeks old.
So that's all the formal bits over with. We now go on to any other business. So it's over to the members who are watching. Have you got any comments, any questions, or any good suggestions that you can make? It's over to you.
We'll now play some nice lift music whilst you consider.
I thought you said you were going to sing, Vic.
Crap one of your trailers, Vic.
I thought we were going to watch a summary of our best goals this season. Oh, there we
Just
go.
done it.
That's it. And Butterworth. That's it. Yeah.
Let's talk our set piece philosophy. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So we've got no questions coming in. So thank you very much, everybody. So that seems to be that we're doing a good job anyway. So thank you. So we'll go over to Andy for your closing statement, please.
Okay, thank you. Just to say thank you very much for everybody attending, and once again, thank you to the committee and the volunteers for all their extraordinary work. One point I'd like to sort of say as well, to remind everyone that on Sunday, December the 8th, we're holding our first memorabilia stroke program fair, all proceeds going to the charity that we talked about, Phoenix Enterprises. At the moment, we've got, I think, 13 tables set aside and indeed, if you want a table, please get in touch with us. And we're just, open from 10 till 1. The women's are playing over at Foundation Park that day as well. So come along. We'll have books, we'll have programs, we'll have memorabilia. There's some really interesting stuff there. You'll be surprised. And obviously you might be, that time of year, you might be thinking of, sort of granddad, grandma, something to have a present. There's some great books. There's some, you can even get the first program that they went to. So really, looking forward to seeing you all for that. I just wanted to say, it's probably a bit biased here, but I just wanted to also say how well one particular part of the club that we work closely with is the museum. I know there's probably a vested interest on a couple of us here, but just like to say that we work very closely with the museum, and they're doing some great work behind the scenes, to build the heritage of this, retain the heritage of this club. And if anyone has not seen the video that Vic and Steve Myton did about Don, John and Joe at Wembley, it's an absolute must. So I know that's a slight tangent, but it's just, these are the things that matter for the club. It's a tough time at the moment. We get it. There'll be quite a few of us on the bus on Saturday, again to Accrington. It is really tough. We really do get that. And we'll try our best to make it as enjoyable as an experience for you, short of kicking the ball for you. We really do, value all the support that we get. So we'll continue working quietly and efficiently in the background to try and sort of make the experience better. Thank you very, very much for all your time tonight. And thanks for all for your support going forward. And I look forward to seeing you very shortly. Thank you and good night.
Thank you very much, everybody. I will now close the meeting. It is 7:09. So thank you very much. And we're always in the Legends Lounge on match day if you want to come and chat to anybody, or if you want to send us an email, it's admin@stfc-osc.com. So please do that if you have anything that you want to pass on to us. Thank you very much and good night.